Hello and welcome to the Musical Instrument Investigator. Today on the website of FX Tourte, based in Hong Kong, and this is an auction house which seems to solely trade in bows. Now, viewers of the channel from quite a while ago will know that I've done a couple of these FX Tourte auctions before. I think I've missed quite a few in the gap because for some period, or at least at the beginning, I think the catalogues were private and then they became kind of available right near the end of the auction, so I didn't notice them. But we're back on track again now, and I've realised that, so we shall be covering these this company again in the future. So yes, FX Tourte, based in Hong Kong. This particular auction is actually finishing tomorrow on the 22nd of January. It is the 21st today, so I'm afraid not much time to have a look at it, but I will put the link in the description as always. Just to say, this is a Hong Kong auction, so bear that in mind, shipping and all of that kind of stuff. Looks like the buyer's premium is 18% on this, which is actually pretty good, pretty reasonable. And also, if you're the first to bid and end up winning, then you get a bit of a kind of reduction in that of 3%, so it goes to 15% on the buyer's premium, so that's what you pay on top of the final hammer price. Looks like there are about 57 bows in this auction, so there's some lower tier stuff and there's also some pretty high-end stuff towards the bottom. So we're just going to have a quick look at this and see how they're doing, because it has been a while since we've seen one of their auctions. Looks like 1,000 Hong Kong dollars is about 127 US dollars, I think, but they have a really handy calculator actually in the listings, which is pretty good. So we'll be able to see that now. So let's kind of go on to the first one here. So we've got a cello bow of the German school, nickel silver mounted, 78 grams. Their estimate is 3,000 to 5,000 Hong Kong dollars. So the product has exceeded the reserve price, apparently. I'm not quite sure here. So yeah, 1,500 Hong Kong dollars has been bid. So that's the reserve price covered. So if we put in 1,000 Hong Kong dollars there to USD, this is 127. So you can kind of work it out yourself pretty easily. So I'm not going to get into the finance things. A couple of pictures of the head there. We can also look here at the frog and the adjuster, and another side as well. You can also blow up the pictures. Nice kind of photos. This color background is a little bit interesting, but yeah, in general, pretty curious. Doesn't seem to be a condition report other than this, but I'm sure that you can ask them for additional information. Now I think we can skip over to the next bow this way. Yep. So we've got a violin bow, Pernambuco, of good quality, nickel silver mounted, original wrapping, good condition, 62 grams on that. So we can actually zoom in as well, so that's a good sign. We won't get too deep into this, we're just doing a brief overview. So no bids on this bow so far. 5,000 to 7,000 Hong Kong dollars is the estimate on that one. We'll move over to the next one now. Right, a violin bow, Pernambuco, good quality, nickel silver mounted, very good condition, 58 grams, 527 on that. We'll just take a quick look. That this is the lower level stuff at the moment, so there is some higher stuff coming, I believe. Internet's a little bit slow today. Right, German violin bow by Wilhelm August Frechner, workshop, stamped W.A. Frechner, octagonal Pernambuco, wood, silver mounted, slightly used, 61 grams. Frechner family, good maker of bows there. And the estimate is 5 to 7. So it's already reached its reserve, and you can see here that there is a bid of 1,500 Hong Kong dollars on that. Next we've got a German viola bow, nickel silver mounted, good playing condition, 72 grams. Okay, so far I'm not seeing anything that's kind of jumping out at me. That's spectacularly interesting, but my main interest is not bows, I must be honest. Old, probably French violin bow, Pernambuco of good quality, very good condition, 60.5 grams, 5 to 7 is the estimate. So a lot of this lower stuff seems to be 5 to 7. That does actually look like a fairly nice bow. Got a couple of bids on that already. Right, a 3/4 size German cello bow. Okay, 1 to 2,000 on that. Cello bow for student, nickel silver mounted. Yeah, this does look like a lower level of bow there. These ones with the nickel and kind of ebony adjuster, usually fairly low trade bows. Let's see what else we got here. German violin bow, Pernambuco, to restore, 2 to 4,000 on this. Quite a nice head on that. But yeah, definitely in need of some work for sure. Right, we've got 3 violin bows here. One of them silver mounted, 2 to 3. So not a whole lot of information. Interesting thing going on there with that head. So some opportunities for some lower level speculative bows which need some work. Viola bow, nickel mounted, good condition, 72 grams, 3 to 4 on that. I said you can expand the pictures and zoom in, but there's nothing much to see so far. Right, German violin bow by Johann Christian Schusch workshop there. Nice Pernambuco wood. It's got the stamp there, 52.6 without wrapping. I probably completely said that name wrong, as I do with many. So needs a bit of attention on that. Lot 12, 2 viola bows, 2 German viola bows, nickel silver mounted, good condition, 67 and 68 grams. Okay. Lot 14, bow stick of good quality. Violin bow stick, nice Pernambuco wood, some restoration under the wrapping, 2 to 3 on that. Yeah, so here there's some kind of odd infill there, where it's probably worn away or some kind of damage. Worth asking if there is a condition, further condition reports on this stuff if you're looking to buy. French violin bow, signed PC for Prosper Colas, exotic wood, nickel silver mounted, good condition, 55 grams without wrapping or lapping, probably say. Few bids on that one here. Lot 16, violin bow, old European viola bow. So that's interesting. It says violin bow here, and then it says viola bow. Okay, something going on there. Old European viola bow, good condition, nickel silver mounted, 61 grams. Okay, that would probably put it still as a violin bow, just about, I think. Lose track of the weight sometimes, but there's some error there, but not really worth looking into so much. Right, viola bow stamped Grandini, Pernambuco wood, round, nickel silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjuster with 2 nickel silver bands, 67 with thin wrapping or lapping really. So yeah, the bow before, I think a violin bow, and a typo in the listing. Lot 18, German violin bow, faintly stamped A Vigneron à Paris, exotic wood, silver mounted, good condition, 62.5. So nothing with any certificates or anything so far. Maybe in the higher tier stuff we'll start to see something. German viola bow, exotic wood, nickel silver mounted, 70.5. It's starting to get a bit heavy for a viola bow, I think. Maybe not. Maybe that's kind of just about in the territory. German violin bow by Otto Derschmidt, Pernambuco wood, silver mounted, good condition, 61.5 grams there. I think when we move away from this pink background on the bows, I think that indicates the higher level bows, but I could be wrong. Right, lot 21, German violin bow by J.O. Paulus, stamped on the stick and on the frog, Pernambuco wood, silver mounted, good condition, 3 to 4 on that. A nice head on that, that's very well cut. Lot 22, Knopf, German viola bow, probably by Knopf, Pernambuco wood, nickel silver mounted, good condition, 70 grams. Right, lot 23, German violin bow, Pernambuco wood, octagonal, nickel silver mounted, good condition, 61 grams. Okay. Right, now we're on to the higher level bows here, I think. So lot 101, Louis Bazat, violin bow by Louis Bazat, around 1940, stamped Vanelli, Pernambuco wood, round nickel silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjusted with 2 nickel silver bands, 61 grams. Right, certificate of Cabinet d'Experts J. Raffin. So basically a Raffin certificate, 25 to 35,000 Hong Kong dollars. We're already kind of zoomed up in terms of value there. Oh wow, you got 3D views of the head. That's interesting. Let's have a look at this. Okay, yeah, I vaguely remember this now from the last auction. That's quite curious. That's good. Condition report, let's have a look at that. Okay, so we get the condition reports for the better stuff. Okay, and we get the certificate as well. Yes, a standard certificate there. Okay, that all looks good. There's some bids already on that, so there we go. That's a good set of pictures there. So let's carry on. We won't look at all of those documents for everything because we'd be here forever, but at least you know that it's there and you can have a look at it yourself. So viola bow by Francois Lot, around 1960, Pernambuco wood, round silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjusted with 2 silver bands, mint condition, 70.6 grams. Pierre Guillaume of Brussels, another good certificate to have, either Pierre Guillaume or Raffin certificate. There's actually three people on the Raffin, on the Cabinet d'Experts certificates, but everyone just goes to Raffin as he's probably the main person. 35 to 45,000 Hong Kong dollars there, so that is getting to be fairly pricey there. Let's have a quick look at the certificate. I'm not going to look at the 3D views, but there you go, that's your Guillaume certificate there. And let's have a look at the condition report. So, not seeing anything, but then again, they say it's mint condition, so fair enough. We could, for instance, just double check what 45,000 would be, so 5,700 US dollars, so fairly high. We've got a few bids going in there, so it's interesting to see. Right, lot 103, a cello bow by JTL, basically around 1925, stamped Grandini Paris, Pernambuco wood, round silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjusted with 2 nickel silver bands, VO model, 67.3 grams with very thin wrapping. Pierre Guillaume again. Let's have a look at the images on this. Okay, quite a nice looking bow. Shall we have a look at the condition report? So we've got a bit of a mark there, so interesting. Saying a knot on the wood on the adjuster. That's kind of a curious thing to mention. I don't think you should be too worried about that. Right, Violin Bow, Lot 104 by Paul Vedas, around 1935, stamped as such, Pernambuco, octagonal silver mounted, ebony frog, pearl eyes, adjuster with 2 silver bands, 61.5 grams. Looks fairly good. You can see there's some kind of knot going here by the frog, so we'll expect to see that probably in the condition report. No certificate on this one. Yep, there we go, we've got the knot marked and also some wear. Okay, that's good. Condition reports seem pretty accurate, obviously hard to say without looking in person. Right, Nicholas Merlin, we're getting into more serious territory now. Violin Bow by Nicholas Merlin, around 1845, Pernambuco wood, round silver mounted, ebony frog, pearl eyes, later adjusted with 2 silver bands, 59.2 grams. It's got the Raffin certificate there from 2021, so look, we're into kind of top estimate realm of 350,000 Hong Kong dollars, which is pretty substantial here. Let's have a look at the condition report. So it's wear on the stick there, not uncommon. Something else happening here. Mark here on the stick. Okay. Let's just kind of, because my maths is really terrible, let's try and work out what that could be. 44,000 US dollars at the top estimate, so that's pretty significant. But Nicholas Merlin, it makes sense. Got another Nicholas Merlin here, but a Viola bow, 1845. Round nickel silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjusted with 2 nickel silver bands. Another Raffin certificate there, 69.9 grams. So estimate a bit lower on this one. Let's have a quick look at the condition report while we're here. Right, not really. So there's a little bit of wear there on the frog on the underside, but nothing to be too concerned about there. I did forget that they have all these 3D things. It's been a while since I've been on the FX Tourte auction. So right, lot 107, Andre Vigneron, Violin Bow by Andre Vigneron, 1910, stamped Vigneron of Paris, Pernambuco wood, silver mounted, ebony frog with ring and pearl eyes, the silver overlaid adjuster, 58.1 grams, another one with a Raffin certificate there. So it's kind of interesting. Let's have a look at the condition report there. Okay, so this has significant wear on the stick, on the frog, and on the top of the stick, and some wear to the head. Let's just see if we can view this in the picture. You can see here that you already have like a bit of a kind of wear at the top of the stick, a bit of a divot. Here you can see it probably a bit more closely, so not crazy. I've seen some bows with some insane wear before. That is fairly standard, and you could always put some leather as a protector on the top of that if you wanted to stop it from wearing further. Okay, Nicholas Mayer bow there from 1840, Pernambuco wood, silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjuster with 2 nickel silver bands, 58.2 grams, Pierre Guillaume certificate. Another high-end bow, looking around about 45,000 US dollars there. Let's have a look at the condition report again, because we do like those. Mark on the head, always worth investigating those further, and a bit of wear there. Always worth looking at marks in those kind of places on bows. Let's carry on a bit. Right, Pierre Merlin here, Violin Bow by Pierre Merlin, 1920, stamped Ferret Marcotte Paris, Pernambuco wood, round nickel silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjuster with 2 nickel silver bands, 60.7 grams there. Not super high on the value, this one. It looks fairly nice. Let's just have a quick look at the condition reports, as these are quite interesting. There's a knot there on the top of the stick. I think we're going to see something super high end a little bit later. Right, violin bow by Jacob Hury around 1830, Pernambuco. Round, silver-mounted ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjuster, 2 silver bands. Frog and button made for this bow by Joseph Arthur Vigneron Pair. Okay, 60 grams, Guillaume certificate, 300 to 400,000 Hong Kong dollars. So we're getting into the 50,000 USD territory here. Condition report, nice looking bow. See if there's anything going on here. Put some wear on the button there. It's a bit difficult to see yellow on condition reports. Just as a flag, there's a few little bits going on here. So that is a pretty high level bow. Okay, lot 111, Viola bow by James Dodd around 1860, J. Dodd. Pernambuco wood, round silver mounted ebony frog restored by a cheval with pearl eyes, the overlaid silver adjuster. Okay, so it's had some repair, 76.7 grams, 75 to 100,000 Hong Kong dollars on that. Okay, let's see what the condition report says on this. Cheval, yeah, so it's had some repairs done on that, some heavy wear, so worth bearing that in mind. Let's carry on to the next one. Right, serious territory now. Dominique Pacat, a violin bow by Dominique Pacat around 1850. Amaret wood, nickel silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, a later adjuster with 2 nickel silver bands, 58.3 grams. Raffin certificate. So kind of strong looking head there, with a lot of modern bow makers kind of going into that kind of shape there. 200 to 275,000 Hong Kong dollars on that. Let's have a look at the condition report as always. Looks like there's some marks there and a bit of wear, but nothing too crazy so far. Obviously, if you're looking to buy a bow as a player, you really want to be in Hong Kong or wherever. I think there were some other viewings outside of Hong Kong. You really wanted to be able to try the bows first, probably a good idea. Right, lot 113, violin bow, probably made by Jacob Urey around 1825. Pernambuco wood, silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes. The adjuster with 2 silver bands, 59.4 grams. Sold with certificate of Kagan and Gaines, Chicago, 1970. 300 to 400,000. So it has an old certificate and not one of the kind of current people that we would like to see a certificate of. So that is interesting. Let's look at the condition report here. Some wear, but once again, nothing too crazy to worry about, I don't think. So, moving on. Right, Vincent Tricou, a violin bow by Vincent Tricou, Lyon around 2000, stamped F. Vincent a Lyon, Pernambuco wood, round silver mounted, ebony frog with rings and pearl eyes, adjusted with 2 silver bands, 60.4 grams. Got a Raffin certificate, so that is pretty good. 15 to 25,000 the estimate. Let's have a look at the condition report. It's pretty new, so we'd hope it's not too bad. Tiny bit of wear there at the back of the frog. Okay. Right, Dominique Pacat, a violin bow by Dominique Pacat around 1845, stamped Violin à Paris, Pernambuco wood, round silver mounted, later ebony frog with pearl eyes, later adjuster with 2 silver bands, 60 grams, sold with a certificate of Raffin, 450 to 580,000 Hong Kong dollars there. So we're getting into that kind of maybe almost close to 60 or so thousand US dollars, I think. Let's see, maybe that was a bit high, but let's see what it is. Oh, even more, 74,000 there, 74,000 US dollars. So we're getting into some real serious territory. Some marks there above the frog. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit more to see that. Yeah, there are a few kind of marks going on here. It looks like there's some stuff, dirt accumulated. Okay, lot 116, Violin Bow by Jean-Pierre-Marie Pessoit. I need to really work out how to pronounce that name. Around 1850, stamped Fatally Tourte L. Pernambuco wood, round, silver mounted, later ebony frog with pearl eyes, later adjusted with 2 silver bands. Good state of restoration, 57.3 grams. Guillaume certificate, once again 400 to 500,000 is the estimate. So let's have a look at this condition report if it's been restored. So it looks like this is showing some damage here at the back of the stick. There's some damage to the head, so that probably broke at some point or chipped out maybe, and there's another mark there, a knot on the stick, so it's had some repairs, so definitely worth bearing that in mind. Not sure if we can see on a close-up of the head, but it looks like there's probably been some restoration work there. You could always ask them for more information on that. Nicholas Malin again here, violin bow by Nicholas Malin, around 1865, Pernambuco wood, round, silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjusted with 2 silver bands, 60.7 grams, Guillaume certificate again, 350 to $450,000. Don't know what that was. An alert. I think it thought that I was trying to take a copy of the image or something like that. I think I pressed the wrong side of the button. Okay, so we've got a mark with a knot inside it, I think, and some wear there as well, but nothing outrageous. Here, 350 to 450,000. Right, another violin bow by Nicholas Mayer, around 1835, Pernambuco wood, round, nickel silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjusted with 2 nickel silver bands, 60.2 grams, Guillaume certificate again on that. We're on to 272 to 350, so we're in pretty big territory again. Some wear there, but nothing too outrageous. I think we are probably slowly getting close to the end of the auction. Right, violin bow by Pierre Malin, around 1900, Pilot stamped, Pernambuco wood, round, nickel silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjusted with 2 nickel silver bands, 60.3 grams, sold with a certificate of cabinet the expert. So it's a Raffin again, very common Raffin or Guillaume. You might see some other certificates from Salcho in the US, etc. But otherwise it's usually the main people, nothing really on that report there. Let's see, going on to the next one. German bow, okay, very fine German bow, around 1920, Pernambuco wood, nickel silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjusted with 2 nickel silver bands, 50 grams without wrapping. Okay, interesting. Don't underestimate some of these German bows, some really nice German bows out there. So there's some marks on the head there. So again, I would say that yellow doesn't really show up very well on computer screens, so probably advised maybe to think about using a different colour in the future. Lot 121, Morizon pair, the father here rather than the son, Pernambuco wood, round, nickel silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjuster with 2 nickel silver bands, 61.8 grams. Another Raffin certificate there. Let's have a look at the condition report on this one. We're seeing nothing there, so that's good. Right, Morizon Frère, the brothers this time. Violin bow by Louis Morizon Frère, around 1955. Pernambuco wood, round, nickel silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjusted with 2 nickel silver bands, 61 grams. Guillaume certificate there. Let's have a look at the condition report there. A little bit of wear, nothing too crazy. And A Mayer School bow, violin bow of the Nicholas Mayer School around 1850, Pernambuco wood, octagonal, nickel silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjusted with 2 nickel silver bands, 58 grams, with a Raffin certificate there. See there, you can see the pins in these bows. Let's have a look at the condition report. Some damage there on the frog, probably like a crack, and a bit of wear. We can see, I think it's this picture, yeah, there we go, a crack here, not uncommon to be honest, but worth noting. And that was 30 to 45,000, so not too crazy there. Right, and then we have a cello bow by Francois Nicolas Vorin, made around 1880, stamped FN Vorin, Pernambuco wood, octagonal, silver mounted, later ebony frog with pearl eyes, and later silver overlaid adjuster, 78 grams, Pierre Guillaume certificate there as well, so we should see a few things on the condition reports. You can see a few knots and things on that and a bit of wear, so we'd expect to see that in the condition report. Yeah, some wear here, and there's a mark. I think there's a bit of a knot as well actually on the stick. I thought perhaps I was mistaken, it's just some wear, but it's a bit funny what's going on in that area, but nothing too crazy. Here looks a bit like a bit of knot here, but not an expert. Right, Charles Alfred Bazin, violin bow by Charles Alfred Bazin around 1930, Louis Bazin stamped. This bow was made for Louis Bazin, Pernambuco wood, nickel silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, the adjuster with 2 nickel silver bands, 61.5 grams, with the Raffin certificate there, 28 to 35,000 Hong Kong dollars there. Let's have a look at the condition report. Nothing much going on there. And a Morzon Frere Brothers bow again. Violin bow by Louis Morzon Frere around 1955. L. Morzon stamped. Pernambuco wood, round silver mounted, ebony frog with ring and pearl eyes, later silver overlaid adjuster, 60.1 grams, another Raffin certificate. Let's have a look at the condition report on that. So got a crack there on the frog, some wear around the eye and the edge of the frog, so worth noting that. Let's see if we can have a look at the here's a crack there just at the bottom, so good to check these things on the pictures. Right, Claude Thomasin, violin bow by Claude Thomasin around 1910, Cresson Francais stamped, Pernambuco wood, round silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, the adjuster with 2 silver bands, 59.7 grams, sold a certificate of Pierre Guillaume. Okay, let's have a look at the condition report on that. Little bit of wear, not too crazy, thumb projection kind of wear, that's also quite common. Right, Pierre Simon, violin bow by Pierre Simon around 1865. Simon allegedly stamped, Pernambuco wood, round, gold mounted, later ebony frog with pearl eyes, later adjuster with 2 gold bands, 61.4 grams, with a Guillaume certificate there. I'm not a massive fan of gold mounted bows myself, but usually indicates the use of a higher quality of wood for the stick. Right, Pacat School, cello bow of the Pacat School around 1855, Stentor stamped, interesting. Pernambuco wood, round silver mounted, ebony frog with pearl eyes, adjusted with 2 silver bands, 78 grams. Sold with certificate of Pierre Guillaume at Brussels, 50 to 80,000 Hong Kong dollars. Let's have a look at the condition report there. Okay, it's had some wear there across the frog. Let's see what else we've got here. Nicholas Malin again here. Violin bow by Nicholas Malin, made around 1855. Pernambuco wood, round, silver mounted ebony frog with pearl eyes. The adjuster with 2 silver bands, 60.5 grams, with a Pierre Guillaume certificate there. Let's have a quick look at that. And let's have a look at the condition report. No 3D of this one for some reason. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Looks like we might have one more. Right, back to another Dominique Picquet bow here. Cello bow this time by Dominique Picquet, around 1845 to 50, Picquet stamped. Pernambuco wood, round silver mounted, later ebony frog with pearl eyes, later adjusted with 2 silver bands, 80.1 grams with a Guillaume certificate, 700 to 900,000 Hong Kong dollars on that. I think this may be the last bow in the auction, because I think that is pretty high level bow there in terms of pricing. Looks in pretty good condition. Let's just, for my own thoughts, look what 900,000 Hong Kong dollars is. Must be getting on to kind of 200,000 US dollars surely. Nope, I'm completely out of my mind on that. So 115,000 US dollars, so pretty kind of high still. And I think, yes, that is it. That was the last bow. So this Picquet cello bow was indeed the last one. Some really nice details on this bow, really nicely made. And here's, have a quick zoom at the head. So there you go, that went on a bit longer than expected, but this is the FX Tourte auction for January 2024. Bidding opens on the 18th and ends on the 22nd, which is indeed tomorrow. Put in a link in the description as always, so check it out for yourself, see what you think. Just say, if you do enjoy these videos, please consider like, subscribe, comment and turn on notifications. Thanks a lot for watching, and I shall see you all next time. Bye.